We are 4 episodes into Star Wars Ahsoka, and the show is really bad. But we're not going to be really talking about the show in today's video. We are going to be addressing what Disney's target audience is always thinking about: shipping characters. Is Sabine Wren gonna get plowed by Ezra Bridger by the end of the show? Is this ship valid? We do have an article from the Direct addressed by Dave Filoni if Sabine Wren is going to get plowed by Ezra Bridger. Talk of a romance between Ezra Bridger and Sabine Wren is nothing new, and a topic Ahsoka showrunner Dave Filoni has already commented on. Sabine, a teenage Mandalorian weapons expert, and Ezra, a Force-sensitive orphan, were first introduced in the animated series Star Wars Rebels. Ahsoka, which Dave Filoni described as a continuation of Star Wars Rebels for Communist Plus, is expected to reunite these two Star Wars characters whose bonds many fans have speculated is romantic. Ooh. While early Star Wars Rebels episodes noted Ezra's crush on Sabine, later seasons showed how their relationship evolved into more of a sibling dynamic. Ooh, it's a little different, but it's not a deal breaker. Not a deal breaker with these clowns. However, the message Ezra left for Sabine prior to his disappearance with Thrawn, coupled with Sabine's own drive to find him, led some audiences to believe there may be something more. In talking about the conclusion of Star Wars Rebels in a past interview, Dave Filoni acknowledged that there's some type of gravity between them romantically. Ooh, did the shippers hear that? It's been a varied thing, and I think everybody's knee-jerk reaction is to ship the two. You know, to think that because the two are similar in age, and there's some type of gravity between them romantically. However, it seems that Filoni and the Rebels team wanted to make a different point, which is to show boys and girls being friends, and their bond didn't have to be romantically dimensional.
I mean, yeah, we blow each other sometimes, but it's not a thing.
And I think it's very strong at this point to show boys and girls being friends and supportive of one another. Everybody has their different relationships, and it's just not something that had to be romantically dimensional. Will Sabine and Ezra's relationship change in Ahsoka? In review, Dave Filoni has said there's some type of gravity between Sabine and Ezra romantically. But again, this comment from Lucasfilm producer is several years old and prior to his filming of Ahsoka for Disney+. Well, only time will tell. What Ahsoka audiences do know is Sabine and Ezra share a bond integral to the story Filoni is telling, and Sabine feels it's her calling to find Ezra. Where that will lead will be fascinating to see. Yes, it is fascinating, and forget about the story and all that. We just want to know, is Ezra going to plow Sabine? Are we shipping these characters? Is this ship valid? Let's take a look at Twitter and see what these freaks have to say about it. It surprises me how an unpopular ship such as Sabine and Ezra has begun to have some importance in Ahsoka and everything that revolves around the world between worlds. If for such a small ship they bring the world between worlds back, why wouldn't they do it for Reylo? Disney has a chance to win again with Reylo bringing in Ben Solo now that we're talking about the world between worlds again. Trust me, Dave Filoni doesn't bring back the world between worlds just to give us a cameo from Anakin. He does it to build the future of Star Wars, of Rey, and the future is Ben Solo. So forget about Sabine and Ezra, this freak wants Reylo! Ricky Games and comments, I'm more of an Ezra-Sabine ship. They've made it explicitly clear several times that it is a sibling relationship. See, Carlo Monkey thinks that Ezra is friend-zoned. Wrong, Ezra is little brother. Yeah, it's not good for Ezra, but I don't know if you've seen the Ahsoka show, especially episode 4, Sabine really does want to get plowed. She is hurting for a squirtin'. From the Thundertaker, honestly, I'm kind of shipping Sabine and Shin. Something about how the show went to great lengths to say Ezra's like a brother and family to Sabine made me start thinking, okay, if they're nipping that ship this early, where's the romantic tension gonna? The likelihood that's going to actually happen in the Disney era seems low, but that's where my brain went. Yes, that is where his brain went, and that is very common of Disney's target audience. They sit around and they don't care about the story or anything if it's mediocre. They just sit around thinking about the characters hooking up. Look how many comments he's made to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 comments talking about Sabine and Shin shipping them. This guy is out of his mind. Also, Sabine allowing herself to be captured and have her weapon taken has very strong Luke versus Vader vibes. It's all very interesting. Glad to be so excited about this show. What is he suggesting, that Luke and Vader were getting it on? These fake fans from Disney are something else, and it's good that we're doing this to just expose this kind of behavior that's in the fandom, and these are the fans that Disney's catering to. They don't care about the Gen X fans that saw the original trilogy in theaters. They don't care about them. They care about these new freaks with pronouns in their Twitter bio. I'm all for that ship. The chemistry between Ezra and Sabine was handled beautifully in seasons 3 and 4 of Rebels. They were in sync with one another. Here's an interesting take from TV Kel. Sabine might be asexual. Ezra came on pretty strong when they first met, but he was just an overly confident teen. In Ahsoka, Sabine watches that message where he says he ended up considering her a sister. The Sabine and Ezra ship didn't sail. Ahsoka had a boyfriend briefly. Yes, Sabine could be asexual, she could be a lesbian, or Ezra could just be a beta male that's been jabbed 50 times. We don't know. But leave it to these weirdos to speculate. Let's take a look at this hologram Ezra sent to Sabine because I forgot the exact wording he used.
Sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can. So that's what I did to defeat Thrawn. We've been through a lot. Grew up together in this rebellion. And we're not really family, but you're like a sister to me.
We're not really family, but you're like sister to me. Sounds like he's friend-zoning himself. I think he was already friend-zoned, but he's just accepted the friend zone. But based on how Sabine has been in the Ahsoka series, I'm telling you, I think she's hurting for a squirtin'. Back to this guy saying Sabine is asexual. Maybe Ezra's gay. Maybe Ezra just doesn't want to have sex with any woman. Or maybe he specifically doesn't want to have sex with Sabine because she's a fucking bitch. Or we could ask Molly Damon's opinion on the matter. She's not thinking about the shipping of Sabine and Ezra. She's thinking about shipping Ezra and Thrawn. Threzra. This is the Disney Star Wars fandom. This is Disney's target audience. Freaks that obsess over the sexual relationships between these non-canon characters. Let me know what you think in the comments about Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger. Are they going to have a romantic relationship? What do you think about the freaks that obsess over this stuff? And do you like the Ahsoka show so far? I think it's terrible.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.